I'll do an Uncle Dill. All right. Are you going?
Yep.
Okay, so you can see I'm going to play as Uncle Dill. It's one of our unlockable characters. I'm in World 4 here, so it's an advanced world. So the challenges here are much harder, than what the player starting out with experience. So keep that in mind. Obviously, the game is under development, so if you see some weird stuff, or stuff missing, that's why. And it's playing a cutscene that you can't see. Okay, here we go. So this is sort of when the game takes a turn and the villain starts to get the upper hand, and so it's a little darker level. I can't talk and play this game at the same time. That gets me every time. So you can see the game is happening on both screens, right? So you could turn it on and not even turn your TV on and just have a Runner 2 sesh. So I made it to the end. I collected all the gold bars and all the mode power-ups. So you get this micro game. Oh, you can see out of the world. That's awful. And you can shoot at the target. And to get your perfect plus. And you can see that I played through here as Uncle Dill, and so his silhouette shows up. And then when I go back to the level map, you'll see on this level that I just played, the perfect and the perfect plus icon have appeared, and you can get those in each difficulty to max out the game and do the completionist thing. So that was at World 4, kind of late in the game. We haven't shown much of World 4 or World 5 off, so I'm going to go to World 5 and show you that. One of the things, this game takes place between Bit-Trip Runner and Bit-Trip Fate. And the Timbletot, who's the nefarious bad guy, he sort of warps Commander Video into this alternate reality, and this is the level where Commander Video starts to get the upper hand and return home to the Bit Trip. So I'm going to switch characters here. You can see there's several characters to play as: Uncle Dill, Reverse Merman, Wet Fart Cheeseburger, Tazo, Captain Video, and Retro Commander Video. So they're all very different. And I'll play as a Nintendo favorite, which is Mac Daddy, or Little Mac. Kind of our little homage or rip-off, depending on your point of view. And so, there's no voiceover. Well, actually there is, but it's very quiet. But it's a work in progress. Cutscene. I just skipped it. So you can see how we've woven elements from the Bit-Trip series into Runner 2 here in the end, but we've kind of stylized them like Runner 2, because he's still in this alternate reality, but you can see how the familiarity is starting to come back. And by the end of the game, he finds his way back to the Bit-Trip, and then players can go and play Bit-Trip Fate, which came out like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And that was a checkpoint I just passed. And you can skip the checkpoints for extra points, like big bonuses. But if you bonk after it, then you start over at the beginning of the level again. And it's a little micro game where you do the timing game. And you can dance. You have little dances that add bonus points as well. It's very cute. Nice. And we decided to have the same game play on the gamepad because once we got our hands on the retail Wii U's, it was so awesome being able to play Mario on this, and play games fully on the gamepad, and it's just so good. So let's see, what else can I tell you about? So I told you about the characters, the costumes. When you're in a level that has a treasure chest, you can see up here in the HUD, there's a treasure chest there. If you collect the treasure chest, then you unlock new costumes for the characters. And some of them are behind locks. And what you have to do is, like this one has a key here. First, you have to beat the key vault, which is this one here, in a given level, and that populates the rest of the levels with keys. Then, when you're in a level that has a key in it, you can collect the key, go through the padlock, and get the costume in this case. Also, there's retro levels where I'm just going to jump into one from here. But in the actual main level, there's a little Famicom cartridge, and if you collect the Famicom cartridge, you warp to a retro level right then, like this. And if you are good at the retro levels and you beat all 25 of them in the whole game, that's how you unlock retro Commander videos of playable characters. And in the retro levels, we got the chiptune artist Disaster Piece to do the music for us, and you might know Disaster Piece from his soundtrack work on Fez. So it really gives a Famicom style, and he actually made the music on an actual Famicom system, so that's always kind of cool. And being that we're big, chiptune enthusiasts, so there you go. Like they're bite-sized and they're really hard. So that's the retro challenges. There's 3 different difficulties. You can change the difficulty down here. And no shame for playing on easy. You unlock all the same stuff. You make all the same progress. If you're having trouble with a level, drop it down to easy, beat the level, and move on. Down here you can see all of your grand total for everything you've done and collected. So all the score you've earned and all the gold bars you've collected over the course of the whole game. And so all of that gets reported to the leaderboards, and you can compete with your friends on the leaderboards, on your grand totals or level by level. And right now we're not connected to the internet, and you can't see them, but anyway, there's a whole leaderboard screen.
One playable character would be Reggie's head.
Oh my god.
As just the body of one of these guys.
That'd be amazing. Okay, you ready? Yep.
Today's thrilling episode is brought to you in part by Bludger's Tea. I'm Charles Martineau, and now it's time for Big Trip Presents Runner 2, Future Legend of Rhythm Alien. When last we left Commander Video, his courageous contingent of charismatic compatriots was in hot pursuit of the fiendish Timbertot as they chased him into a realm above realms called the Hypersphere. It is at this moment, as if from nowhere, that a nefarious reality unfusion beam blindsides these 5 fearless friends. The all-season control of Commander Video, shielding his elite assemblage of exceptional allies, takes the brunt of the blast and is sucked into an unknown dimension, a land of wondrous imagination, found only at the apex of light and matter, a wavelength of the optical spectrum opened by the maniacal Timbletot to trap and enslave our gallant protagonist. Confused and companionless, our hero ponders his current position. The only thing that remains clear to him now is that he has fallen prey to a vulgar scheme full of villainy, which he must
So there you have it.